Hey, welcome guys. Tony Porter, Tabletop Baseball Digest, and here we are in the bottom of the second. I'm playing Fall Classic game in my 1974 five-team replay. It is the Athletics versus the Brewers, and for the Brewers it's Kevin Coble. For the Athletics it's Dave Hamilton on the mound today. So let's get into it a little bit. As a helper, I'm using Replay Baseball. Keeps all my stats, my standings, and so forth. Keeps my schedule, my endurance. And it's Pete Garcia, who on the season is batting .211. Here's a pitch from Dave Hamilton, and that is a 24, which is usually a hit by pitch number, but the D20 rolls way high. So it will be a fly ball to right field. Jesus Alou is out there, and he grabs it for out number one. Charlie Moore's next. Speedy catcher, by the way. Pitch from Hamilton, and it's a 22, and that's going to be ball. Oh no, it's a swing and a miss. Struck him out. Gets him with a nice slider, low and away. And Moore chases. Here is 2 outs now, and up comes Darryl Porter, the left-handed catcher. We're in the bottom of the second inning. That's 16, which is a check swing. The check with the third base umpire, and he rings him up. And Porter just drops the bat and takes off his helmet and just shakes his head. Not feeling that call. All right, top of the third. Dick Green, Kevin Coble. Both A pitchers today, a 64, and that'll be a bouncer to the second baseman, Garcia. That's 1 out. Bill North on the season batting .262, and he batted .260 in reality. So that's a 52, and the first die is going to be your KD roll. That's too high for a strikeout. Rolls 13. His strikeout is 1-3. So we're going to roll for the error on who. Let me pull a card and see. 52 is the first baseman. And that's a 5. So I'm going to have to take a look at. So it's a ground ball to George Scott. Now, George Scott has one of the better ranges I've seen as a first baseman. And he does not let anything get by him. But errors are pretty high at a 9. So he will make an error. Now, let me double check if that's a 1 or 2 base error. It is a 1 base error. So he boots the ball, and safe at first is North. So it will be an E3, and that puts North, a very dangerous runner, on base. Bert Campaneris steps in the box, and I could bunt with him. Not a good hit and run guy, but a good bunter. So let him square away, and that is going to be a good bunt to the pitcher, and North moves to second base in scoring position now. And here comes Sal Bando, the captain of the Athletics. Third baseman, batting .226 with 7 home runs. Hit 22 home runs and batted .243. Kevin Coble gets a sign from Porter, and he delivers. And that's going to be a 63, which will be a bouncer to the shortstop, Yount. And over to first to retire the side. All right, here is Rob Ellis, bottom of the third. Dave Hamilton of the Athletics, who on the season has a .284 ERA and a 3-1 record in 50 innings pitched. Here's the pitch, and that's a 42, which will be ball 4. So he picks up a walk. Excuse me, and the Brewers have a runner on first. Robin Yount is next. Another good bunter. We're going to try it. He's going to square. And let's see, Bando's arm at third. If it's a strong arm, it's going to be a fielder's choice. He has an average arm, so he will make. It's a good bunt to the third baseman, Bando. Going to second is Ellis. And here comes the top of the order, Don Money. Don Money on the season is a .264 hitter. And the pitch at 23 will be a swing and a miss. So fastball gets Money. He goes back to the bench with the bat on his shoulder. Ken Berry, who had played 100 games, 9 doubles, 2 triples, 1 home run. He's a right-handed hitter. Dave Hamilton gets the sign and deals 41. That's ball 4. So 2 walks in this inning by Hamilton. And up comes the lefty, Dave May. Dave May played 135 games, 15, 1, and 10 doubles, triples, and home runs, 42 RBIs. In the sim, he's batting .293. Batted .226 in reality. And here's the pitch. Hamilton, 26, and against a righty, it would be a single. That's the splits number. Otherwise, it's bounced to the left side, and Bando will scoop it up, throws to first, and that retires the side. Top of the 4th. Here we are. Darren Johnson. Pitch from Kevin Coble, winds and deals, and that's 25. Fly ball right field. On the run is May, and May comes up with it. Good catch by Dave May and right. Joe Rudy now. One of my favorite players. Good first baseman. Good left fielder. And here's the pitch. 36, and that'll be a fly ball. Right field. Dave May squeezes it for out number 2, and Gene Tennis. Gene Tennis in the sim is batting .269. In reality, batted .211. 13 home runs in the sim. 26 home runs in reality for that season. Oh, and that's a foul ball. Back into the stands. And a 35 will be a line drive and caught by the third baseman, Money. So ripped down the line, and Money jumped in front of it and snagged it. L5. All right, bottom of the 4th. George Scott. George Scott batting .272 and 9 home runs in the sim, 51 games. Pitch 66. That's going to be a deep drive, left field, way back. And Rudy to the wall, looks up, and that's gone. 1-0. Milwaukee. George Scott with a bomb. And Pedro Garcia, pitch from Hamilton. 21, strike 3. And Garcia goes down. Charlie Moore's next with 1 out. And a 56 will be a swing and a miss. Curveball. Gets Moore. 2-away. And here's Darryl Porter. And that'll be a 25, and that's a splits number. But here's a roller to the second baseman. Green. Throws him out, and that retires the side. 1-0. All right. We are in the top of the 5th inning, and Mangual got on base with a walk, and then he was bunted over. And now it's 2 outs, and Bill North, the pitch from Coble, and that's line, base hit. And coming around to score will be Mangual. And North was with an RBI single here with 2 outs, a clutch single by Bill North. And North always a danger on the base pass. And we will be rolling here. See if it's a pickoff, and it's a potential pickoff by the lefty with an average arm. And that's going to be 1-8, I believe, or 1-6 that he gets picked off. And lefty with an average arm is 1-6. We rolled a 12. Yeah, we're going to count that roll because there wasn't. I didn't need it for the previous, so that's going to be no pickoff there. He has another chance to steal, and now we're going to roll. There he goes, and the throw down. It could be an error on the catcher. It's got to be really low, and that's going to be an error. Gets by the second baseman, Pete Garcia, covering Pedro Garcia, excuse me. And let's just make sure that Porter has an error there. Most everyone does. Yeah, he's an error of 2. I rolled a 1, so that will be an error charged to the catcher. So it's going to be a stolen. That sends North to third base. That's going to be a steal of second. So let's see. Yeah, it's going to be a steal of second. And an error on the catcher. All right, so 2 outs here. The A's have tied it up with a single by Bill North with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. And North made his way to third base on a stolen base and a throwing error by catcher Darrell Porter. Bert Campaneris now at the plate. Campy's batting .268. That season he batted .290. Actually, had a really better batting average than I thought. And here's the pitch from Kevin Coble. And that's a 42, and that is a bouncer to the first baseman, George Scott, who will take it himself, and that retires the side. So they strand one, but they score a run to tie it up. It's all tied up at 1-1 here in the bottom of the 5th in Milwaukee. All right, it's 2 outs and 1 on here in the bottom of the 5th, and Money doubled, and he stands at second base with 2 outs. And here's Ken Berry from F-Troop, and the pitch from Hamilton, and that's lined the opposite field, and that's going to drop in there, and Money's going to come around to score. And the the Brewers have taken a 2-1 lead. Roll of 33, and with a runner at first and 2 outs, here's Dave May. Pitch from Hamilton, and it's a 46. That's going to be ballpark, and he's got a good ballpark, and that is he's a lefty. That's a deep drive to right, way back. That ball is gone. Dave May, who hit 10 home runs in the regular season, hits his 11th here. 2-run shot. And the Brewers are up 4-1 over the defending world champions. Holy smokes. And the manager is going to go out to talk to Dave Hamilton. George Scott now, who homered earlier in the game. The pitch from Hamilton is 62, and that'll be a swing and a miss. Struck him out. Reached back for a little extra and blew a fastball by George Scott. All right, we're in the top of the 6th. Bando leads off. And a 51 with a KD of very high, so that doesn't. Going to roll for the error, and that could be an error with a 6. Let's see who it's on. A 51 says it's the pitcher. Pitcher Coble is 0 errors, so he will make that play for out number 1. All right, bases are loaded for the A's here in the top of the 6th, and it's been singles, 2 back-to-back singles and a strikeout, and then Johnson hits a little slow roller to third base, and Money gets no throw off, and the bases are loaded now. Coble, let's see how many he's turned red on my helper, so we're going to take a look and see how many pitches he's thrown. Go to the box score quickly and take a look at that. Coble can, he's still good. He's 25. He still has a couple more batters to face. Jay Alou is up with 2 outs. Bases loaded for the Athletics. Kevin Coble checks in with Porter for the sign. He's ready and deals. And this is a 24, which is going to be a ground ball, shortstop. Yount flips to Garcia for the force, and that retires the side. So Coble gets out of that jam, and we go to the bottom of the 6th with Pedro Garcia leading off. I don't know if he's going to like I call him Pete. That's a 46. That's going to be a ballpark, and that's a drive down the line. Fair ball into the corner, and digging for second is Garcia, and he's safe with a double. Leadoff double for Pete Garcia. The Brewers lead at 4-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. Charlie Moore, 31, and that's going to be a range play, and that's going to drop in there with that 20, unless it's to the first baseman. And it is not. It's to the pitcher. And Hamilton has got a range of it's an 8 range, so he will not get that. So it's going to be a ball that's hit up the middle, and Campaneris knocks it down, rolls away from him. Everybody's safe. So Charlie Moore is on at first. Garcia's on at third. The A's are going to have to bring the infield in here in the sixth. Hamilton is still fresh, and it is a lefty on the mound. So here's at the plate. So let's roll it. 21. That's strike three. Big K for the first out for Hamilton. And now it's Rob Ellis. Infield is in, playing on the grass. And here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 23 back-to-back Ks. Curveball gets him. And Ellis blocked that one. And now with 2 outs, it's Robin Yount. Robin Yount looks like a promising young player. Robin Yount batting 9th here in 1974 for the Brewers. Pretty good shortstop. Can hold his own there with the glove. First and third, Hamilton gets a sign from Tennis, and here's the pitch, and that's going to be that's going to be potential trouble. 54 result, which is pull another card, a Wilder. We're going to Wilder. Men on base, and lead runner picked off by catcher. All right, so if D6 roll is a 6, then runner impossible, wild throw by catcher. So first we're going to try to pick him off. He's going to try to catch Pedro Garcia off the bag at third. Yeah, I believe it's 1-4, and Gene Tennis will pick him off. Let's double check Gene Tennis's arm. He does have an average arm at catcher, so it will be 1-4. And the throw down to third, and the tag by Bando, and he is old. It could get away from Bando. So let's roll that D20. Oh, close with a 3. Let's see what it says. Hold on. It says that if the roll is a 6, runner is safe. Possible wild throw roll. D20 versus the catcher, error. All runners advance 1 base. F runner advance 2 bases. If there's an error, there's no error. Because his error rating, I believe, is a 2. Let's double check that. And his error rating is a 1, so no error. Blocked by Bando at third, and that prevents the third out from occurring. And Robin Yount gets another chance, first and third. 2 outs. Pitch from Hamilton, and that's going to be another error chance. That's KD's too high, and a 12. Let's see, if 51 is the first baseman. First baseman sometimes can have odd error numbers, but I don't know that Johnson has an error number that high. And that's a hard hit ground ball, and Johnson comes up with it, steps on the bag, and that retires the side. So big play by Darren Johnson at first to get that third out. We go to the top of the 7th. All right, it's top of the 9th, and it's 4-1 Brewers. Last licks for the the defending world champion A's. And we're going to have a couple of changes. It's going to be Coluccio going out to center field. So Coluccio will replace Barry. Coluccio has much better defensive range and so forth. And we're going to have a new pitcher, Tom Murphy. We're going to roll for him. And he's going to have his C stuff today. Murphy is the closer for the Brewers. He will be facing Alu or pinch hitter. So it's going to be Alu, Green, and we're going to bring up lefty. So we're going to bring up switch hitter. Champ Summers is going to pinch hit. Let's grab Champ Summers. The A's trail by 3. See if the Brewers can hold on. Brewers are having a pretty good season. And here's the pitch from Tom Murphy, who was 10 wins, 10 losses, 20 saves, 123 innings pitched. Here's the pitch, and it's a 25 against a righty. That's a ground ball, and that's through the right side. So it's a split single for Summers, the lefty. Next up is Green, and we're going to bring in a switch hitter. That'll be Ted Kubiak to pinch hit for Green, Dick Green. So 1 on, nobody out. The A's trail by 3. It's 4-9-2 for the Brewers and 1-9-0 for the A's. Tom Murphy with the pitch. And that's going to be a 44. That's going to be a base hit. And they will hold Summers at second. Down by 3. They're not taking any chances. Bill North, top of the order now for the Athletics. And out goes Porter to talk to Murphy. Around the infield from third to first, you got Money Yount, Garcia, and Scott. Behind the plate, Porter in the outfield from left to right. It's Ellis, Coluccio, and May. And here's the pitch to North. That's going to be a 56, which is a swing and a miss. Struck him out. Big K for the first out here for Tom Murphy. Gets him with the slider. Campaneris now. First and second. You got Kubiak at first. Summers at second. Campaneris tying run. Home run here would tie the game. Campaneris hit 2 home runs, so that's unlikely. And here's the pitch. And that is going to be a 33, and that is line base hit. They're going to stop Summers at third. Playing it safe, and with bases are loaded, 1 out. Here is Sal Bando, the captain of the Athletics. In the replay, in the sim, he's batting .221. On the season, he batted .243, but he's got decent power. At 66, he's got a splits home run, 1-14. Let's see what happens here. Murphy gets a sign from Porter. He's ready. Sets and deals, and that's going to be a 55. And that's a drive in the gap, and that's gonna score 3 runs. And going for 3 is Bando, and he's safe with a triple. So a 3-run triple with 1 out here, and the bases loaded in the top of the 9 ties the game at 4 apiece. Sal Bando comes up clutch, and Tom Murphy is shaken. He's walking around the mound, and Porter's going to go out and talk to him. With 1 out now, the winning run, the go-ahead run, because the Brewers still have to bat, but Bando's at third base. And up is Darren Johnson. And here's the pitch to Darren Johnson. Infield is in. That's a potential error. 52 with an 11. A 52 is back to the pitcher. And he's got no errors, so he will make that play. Now, we can try to score Bando on a 1-2-3. 1-2-3, he's safe. 4-5-6, he is out in this sort of play. And I'm going to try it. I'm going to try to score him. 1-2-3, he is safe. So he's headed for home. And Murphy is going to decide to go home with this. And he is safe at the plate. So the A's have scored 4 here in the top of the 9th. And they are up 5-4. So it's going to be a fielder's choice. And a pitcher goes home with it. And up comes Joe Rudy. Joe Rudy steps into the box. He's ready. He's batting .344, having a great season and 10 home runs so far. And Murphy deals to Rudy. And that is going to be a 55, another 55. And that's going to be a drive down the line. And they're going to hold up Johnson at third base. But into second base standing is Joe Rudy. That took a hop and went into the stand. So that's going to be a ground rule double for Joe Rudy. So Murphy can't get anybody out. And we're going to go to the bullpen. We're going to bring in a guy named, we're going to bring in Bill Travers. A lot of these teams have like 3 or 4 lefty relievers and only 1 righty. So I don't know. It was a different era, I guess. So we're going to grab Bill Travers, the lefty. He's going to face, he's going to walk Tennis. We're going to intentionally walk tennis. And we're going to roll and see what kind of stuff he's got. He's got his A stuff. And it's going to be Mangwal, the righty, with the bases loaded here and 1 out. The infield is in for the Brewers. Here's the pitch, and that is a 21. Struck him out. Big K for Travers. And now he's going to face the lefty Champ Summers, who pinch hit to lead off the inning. And we're going to go to a righty here. We're going to go to a guy named Pitts. We're going to go to Pitts. Look, grab his card. Galen Pitts. And he will be facing the lefty Travers with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Top of the 9th. The A's came up with 4 runs here in the top of the 9th. And they lead it 5-4. It's 5-13-0 for the A's. 4-9-2 for the Brewers. And here's the pitch. And that's a 21. And it's a fly ball. Right field towards the line is May. And he catches up to it. And that retires the side. So Pitts, I believe, can play second base. And then in right field, we're going to get... who can play right field for me? Whatever happened to North? Why is North not playing center field? Got Mangwal out there. Was North the DH in this game? Oh yeah, North was the DH in this game. Don't want to lose the... So I need a guy to play right field. Let's see. Jackson is sitting today. I don't know if he's nursing an injury. So I'm trying to avoid bringing him in. But I got Rudy, I got North. I don't really have anybody else that can play out there. So I'm going to call on... I don't want to lose my... Wow. All right. The minute I pinch hit for Summers, Pitts can play second base, but I don't have anybody else left in the outfield except for Jackson. Hate to bring him in because, well, I just didn't want him swinging the bat, I guess, so I'm going to bring him in to play right field. All right, so Jackson's in right now. It's Rudy, Mangwal, and Jackson. Around the infield for the A's, it's Bando, Campaneris, Pitts, and Johnson. Behind the plate, tennis on the mound will be Knowles. It is 5-4. Robin Yount leads off here. And here's the pitch. And a 14 will be a fly ball. Straight up into right center field, and Jackson over. He's under it. Squeezes it for out number 1. So the Brewers are 2 outs away from a come-from-behind victory here, a big come-from-behind victory that's going to boost their team morale for sure. And it's Don Money now, the right-hander. He steps in the box. He's ready. Noel winds and deals, and that's going to be a 41. That's ball 4. So it's a base on balls, and that's the tying run on base, and Don Money's fast. Batting now is Coluccio, who came in to play as a defensive replacement when the Brewers were up by 3 runs, and they trail it here by when the Brewers were up by 3 runs, and now they trail by 1. What did I do with Coluccio? Let's see. Threw him in the pack most likely somewhere. There he is. So he will be batting. He's a righty against the lefty Knowles. You know what? We're going to go to call on Fingers for the save. So in comes Fingers. Raleigh Fingers. And Fingers is 1.46 ERA with 2 saves. Hopefully he'll pick up his 3rd save here. We'll see what happens. We got to roll to see what kind of stuff he will have. He will have his B stuff. And it's Bob Coluccio. And here's the pitch. 54. That is going to be a 54 chart lookup, and it's going to be a potential wild pitch, and it is not. It's blocked by the catcher. Too high. So again, Coluccio gets a second chance, and Money's off first. 1 out. That is the tying run at first base. Coluccio is not a great, he's a good bunter, but with one out, we're not going to do that. Not a great hit and run guy. Here's the pitch, and that's a 45, which will be an 11. That's bounced to the third baseman. Bando up with it. He has one play. That's the first. And moving into scoring position is Don Money for Dave May. So 2 outs now, and the Brewers down to their last out with the scoring run at second base. Fingers is on the mound for the Athletics, and Tennis gives him the sign. Fingers is ready, and he sets and deals. And that is going to be a 13, which is a fly ball. Center field. Mangual is out there. He's under it. Squeezes it, and that's the ball game. The A's win it. Darryl Knowles gets the win, 3-1. Tom Murphy takes the loss, 2-3. Raleigh Fingers picks up his third save. Sal Bando, the MVP. Let's take a look at Sal Bando. Sal Bando 1 for 3 with a big bases loaded triple in that ninth inning that put the A's tied. Actually, put the A's up 5-4. What a game that was! Didn't expect it. And Kevin Coble gave up only 1 run and 8 hits in 8 innings pitched, lowered his ERA to 2.79. Hamilton gave up 4 runs in 6 innings, and his ERA climbed to 3.25. And that's about it, guys. That's fall classic baseball. I'm going to put it away for a few days while I play a couple other games. So I hope you enjoyed this series of videos that I shared. Remember to like and subscribe and comment. Tell me what you think. And thanks for watching. Remember to join Universal Baseball Association Facebook group, Field Day Facebook group, and Fall Classic Baseball group. I will see you guys soon. Take care.